Good morning, students. So we have done in the last class that there are certain phenomena which could be explained by electromagnetic wave theory. But there are certain phenomena, one of them is black body radiation, which could not be explained by electromagnetic wave theory. So let us see what is black body radiation and why it could not be explained on the basis of electromagnetic wave theory. Now, black body radiation. It is known that hot objects emit energy in the form of radiations. And these radiations consist of a wide range of wavelength. That means whatever radiations they are emitting, that is not of a single wavelength, but many different wavelengths of radiations are emitted by the hot object. But it is observed that at a higher temperature, the major portion of these radiations emitted lie in the visible region. And as we increase the temperature, majorly the lights of shorter wavelength are emitted. As the temperature is increased, the light of shorter wavelength is preferably emitted. Let us take an example to understand it. If I take an iron rod and we heat this rod, initially its temperature goes on increasing, it becomes hotter and hotter, and you will find that at a particular temperature it starts becoming red. Initially dull red and then brighter and brighter red. So when I see the red color of this iron rod, this does not mean that it is only emitting a light of red wavelength. It is emitting the light of different wavelengths. But the intensity of the radiation, red color is highest, and therefore the rod appears red to us. Again I am repeating, when it has become red hot, it is emitting the wavelengths of light of different wavelengths. But the intensity of the red color is the highest, and therefore intensity of radiation of red color, that means of a particular wavelength, is highest, and therefore I find that this rod appears red to us. As I further increase the temperature, it is heated beyond this. It is found that slowly its colors changes to white and then blue. So the color changes from red to blue ultimately. Blue light, you know that the 7 colors in the visible region is this. The blue light has got a shorter wavelength. So as you increase the temperature, the appreciable portion of shorter wavelength light is emitted. It is not that other wavelengths are not emitted, but at a higher temperature, the blue colored light has the highest intensity. So the iron rod will start appearing blue to me. In fact, if I plot a simple graph, between the intensity and wavelength, this is the graph we are going to get. Let us see. We are making the graph between intensity and the wavelength. Now, if I consider that I am making the graph at a particular temperature T1, then I will find this is the graph which is observed. Can you see? This is the wavelength. At this temperature, this substance, this object is emitting the light of all the wavelengths. Of the shorter wavelength also, if I mark them as 500 nanometer, 1000 nanometer, 1500 nanometer, 2000 nanometer, and so on, I mark them. then you can see that it is emitting a light of all the wavelengths at this temperature. But it is emitting the light of this particular wavelength with the highest intensity. So if this is for the red color, it will appear red to me. So whatever the intensity of the light, highest intensity of which wavelength it is emitting, the color will be that. Now suppose I make the same graph at a temperature T2, and T2 is much higher in comparison to T1. At a higher temperature I make the graph for the same object. I get the graph like this. Now can you see the peak has moved to a shorter wavelength? It has moved to a shorter wavelength. So this is the wavelength which it is emitting with the highest intensity at a lower temperature. And still I decrease the temperature, the peak will shift towards the shorter wavelength side and with more intensity. In 1850s, a lot of study was made with the objects of different materials which are there at different temperature, they emit radiations of different wavelength. A lot of study was done in 1850s. Now, when I consider any of the objects, it is observed that on any object, any matter, when white light falls on it, a part of the light is absorbed by it. Few of the wavelengths are absorbed by it. Few of the wavelengths are reflected, and few of the wavelengths are transmitted. Again I am repeating, when light which consists of all the wavelengths is made to fall on an object, a matter, then that object absorbs certain wavelength of light. Some of the wavelengths directly pass through it, that means they are transmitted. They are not absorbed by it, they just pass through the object. And some of the wavelengths are reflected. The reflected wavelengths are responsible for the color of this object. The reflected wavelengths are responsible for the color of this object. Suppose any object I see that it is blue in color. So what will happen? That light, white light falls on it, and the color which is reflected is blue, and that's why it is appearing blue to us. The color of the substance is not because of the light which it has absorbed, but it is because of the light it has reflected. So I can say that a white light falls on any object, it does not absorb all the radiations of all the wavelengths. So it is not a perfect absorber, because many of the radiations are reflected back and many are transmitted. So it is not a perfect absorber. Now, ideal body which absorbs and emits the radiations of all frequencies uniformly. All frequencies uniformly is called a black body. Again, I am repeating. Generally, the objects are not perfect absorbers. They are not perfect absorbers. Why they are not perfect absorbers? Because when light falls on any of the object, some of the wavelengths are absorbed by it, some of them are transmitted, and some are reflected. But any body which absorbs and emits the radiations of all frequencies, that means white light is falling on it, it is not reflecting anything, it is not transmitting anything. It absorbs all the radiations of all the wavelengths. And when it emits all of them. Then such an ideal body is called as a black body. Now, ideally such a body does not exist, but we can say carbon black is considered to be a nearly ideal black body, a nearly ideal black body which absorbs maximum of the radiations falling on it. Of course, not all of them. It is not completely an ideal black body. We can physically also consider a cavity with a very small hole, with a very small tiny hole in it as a black body. Why? When the radiations enter, white light enter through it, it moves here, part of it is absorbed and part of it should be covered inside with carbon black. A part of it is absorbed and part of it is reflected. The reflected light moves here. A part of this reflected light will again be absorbed and some part will be reflected, again it will be absorbed. It moves here, some part will again be absorbed. So like this, whole of the radiations are absorbed in the cavity and it acts as a black body. So black body is a perfect absorber and perfect emitter of all the radiations. So we expect that if a black body is heated, then it will give out radiations of all the colors. However, the intensity and which color of radiation it will emit will depend upon temperature. But since it is a perfect emitter, it emits the radiations of all the frequencies, so it will emit all these radiations. But at different temperatures, and the intensities will also depend upon temperature. As we have seen, we had plotted the graph between intensity and wavelength, and we can see at different temperatures, the light of different colors will be emitted, but it will emit all of them. Now, how this black body phenomena, the radiations emitted by a black body, we call it black body radiation, it could not be explained by electromagnetic wave theory. Electromagnetic wave theory considers that energy depends upon intensity. So what should happen when a black body emits radiations? When a black body emits radiations, it should emit radiation of only a particular frequency or particular wavelength. And on increasing its temperature, the intensity of that particular wavelength should increase. But the wavelength or frequency should not change. Again, I am repeating, according to electromagnetic wave theory, energy depends upon intensity. So according to it, what should be the observation? If a black body is heated, it should emit radiation of a particular frequency. And with temperature, with increase in temperature, the intensity should increase. The intensity of the emitted radiation should increase. For example, if I say the black body is giving out red light, so with increase in temperature, the brightness, the intensity of red light should increase. But with increase of temperature, frequency or wavelength should not change. So according to electromagnetic wave theory, a black body emits radiations of a particular frequency, and with increase in temperature, the intensity should increase, but frequency should not change. Or we can say wavelength should not change. Lambda should not change, because if lambda will not change, frequency will not change. But we have seen in this graph that as I increase the temperature, the wavelength or frequency will change. This shows that energy depends upon frequency, or you can say wavelength. And this thing could not be explained by electromagnetic wave theory, because it considers energy depends upon intensity, and with increase in temperature, the intensity of light should increase. But it is seen that as I increase the temperature, the frequency of the radiation emitted changes. Earlier it was this wavelength, then it is this wavelength. Wavelength changes, frequency changes. And this could be explained by Max Planck's quantum theory, because Max Planck quantum theory considers energy depends upon frequency. The detailed Max Planck quantum theory, we will do it along with the photoelectric effect. Thank you.